Hello guys, how are you all? Welcome back to my channel. So, today we are gonna see, what if Izuku x Rumi x Midnight x Nana x MT Lady, part 1. So before we start, please subscribe to our channel and like this video, so let's begin the story. Everything is the same until he saves Yuri. Most of the girls in his class have a crush on him. Plus, some from class 1B. The girls like him are Itsuka Kendo, Satsuna Tatagi, Yui Kodi, and Abara Shinozaki. They were with him when they saved Yuri. Midnight, MTT. Lady, Mirko and Mandali. Pixie Bob doesn't because she is with Tiger and Ragdoll has a husband. Akugu is with Kirishima and Shoto is with Ryuko from 1B. Bakaugo has calmed down thanks to Kirishima and he knows about their past because Bakaugo told him. Izuku and Bakaugo talked and now they are rivals. They also know that all the girls in their class plus 1B like him. They don't know about the pros. Toga will join later, but let's see what's going on with a particular rated R hero in her room, shall we? In Midnight's room at night while trying to sleep, Namuri is tossing and turning. Damn it, and I can't sleep. Namuri gets up and gets dressed because she sleeps naked. That was a shocker for Izawa now knows to knock before he wakes her up. Lucky for him, all he saw was a side boob. She walks outside and looks at her phone, it is 11:30. She groans and heads down the path. As she walks, she hears grunting. Curious, Namuri goes to see what it is. She turns the corner and sees someone. She was about to use her quirk when someone put down his hoodie. It shows green hair and she smiles because only one person has green hair like that. Izuku Midoriya is the student she has a crush on. She is 29 years old. Her student has grown into a hot young 17-year-old. He also grew. He is 6 feet 3. He hit a growth spurt. No one asked why. Quirks are weird. He also has the body of a godlike physique. She still can't believe that he took on that monster muscular. When she saw him, her heart broke. Namuri is always worried about the green bean. His quirk always hurt him and worried her half to death. She shook her head and went over. Midoriya, why are you up this late? She then looked behind him and saw a wooden stump with rope and some writing on the beam. It wasn't dark because of the lamps. She could see it was red and then she looked down at his knuckles, knees and shins. Her eyes went wide. Midoriya looked behind him and saw Namuri looking at him. His eyes went wide. Midoriya started to mix his words up. Midnight, what are you doing up? Namuri sighs and goes over to him and flicks his forehead. I should ask you the same thing, Midoriya. Why are you out here? She grabs his hand softly. Izuku winces. Namuri gets a better look at him. He is sweaty, his hoodie looks to be sticking to him and he seems to haven't slept in days. Namuri looks up at him with concern. Izuku looks away. Namuri sighs, well, will you answer me, mister? Izuku starts to say. Well, I couldn't sleep so I started to train. Namuri raises an eyebrow. She knows he's a hard worker, but he overdoes it. Then she spoke again. How long? Izuku goes pale because she had caught him training like this before he had to lie about the nightmares. Once she caught him, Izuku went to a different place a month ago. Namuri was annoyed because she had caught him before and when she returned to the place, she caught him. She felt he had listened to her, but now she knew he kept doing it. How long have you been out here? Izuku was a little scared of the tone of her voice. 9. He looked away. Namuri narrowed her eyes at him. Okay, let's throw this stuff away and get you patched up. She saw what the word said and her heart sank. She was going to ask him when they got back to her room. In Namuri's room. They step in. Have a seat on the couch, Midoriya. Izuku nods and goes to sit down. Okay, Izuku, calm down in your crush's room. Namuri was also thinking to herself. Oh my god, he's in my room, god, I'm acting like a teenager again. She looks at him and shivers because she sees how much he has buffed up since the start of the year. She heads over to him and sits beside him. Okay, Midoriya, give me your hand. He does, and she touches his hand with the alcohol swab. Izuku winces. Sorry, I know it stings, but why are you doing this, Midoriya? I get you to want to be a hero, but heroes need breaks too. Izuku looks down and speaks. I know Midnight Sensei, but I need to get stronger, so I save everyone. Namuri raises an eyebrow. What do you mean, Midoriya? You only know one person. I know it's hard to save everyone. Izuku cuts her off. I almost died 3 times. I need to get stronger, so I don't worry, people. Namuri looks at his face. Izuku spoke again. I don't care if I die, sensei. I need to. As soon as Izuku says that, her eyes go wide. Slap. Izuku holds his cheek and looks at Namuri, and his eyes widen. Namuri yells at him. Don't ever say that you don't care about dying or not. You stupid boy. Izuku was shocked to see her like that. Sensei. Namuri continues. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to slap you, but I don't want someone I love to say that. It goes silent in the room. Little did they know a particular rat was listening in and smiling. I see you found him, Namuri. We will talk Monday. In the room, it goes silent. Namuri's eyes widen and she starts to blush up a storm. I didn't mean to say that to you. Izuku just stared at her dumbfounded and then it hit him. Wait, what? His eyes pop out of his head. Nezu chuckles because he hears it. Ah, this tea is good now. I need the future number one hero to have himself a harem. That law is about to pass where you can have more than one spouse. I think a few pros might like him. I know Manly does because he saved Kota. Rumi, she likes his type and maybe Mount Lady too. That Toga girl would also be a great asset. Let's see if we can get her away from the league. She likes him too. I can't wait to see how this goes. Back with Namuri and Izuku. Izuku is blushing up a storm and then Namuri corrects herself. What I mean, Midoriya, is that I love you, hero spirit and stuff like that. Izuku blinks. Oh, right. Namuri sighs in relief. She almost told him. Then she looks at him and sees his disappointed face and giggles. Cute, wait, what? He's disappointed. What the F, I'm almost 30. Namuri calms down and speaks. Anyway, Midoriya, you want to get stronger, I get it, but you are still a kid. Don't push yourself, okay? Izuku looks at her and nods. Namuri claps her hands together and says. Okay, mister, it's time for me to go to bed and no training, got it? Izuku nods and leaves and he turns to Namuri. Thank you sensei. I'll try. Namuri glares at him. Mister. Izuku gulps and nods. Namuri then says. If I catch you training tomorrow, you are in trouble, got it? Izuku nods. Yes, sensei. He hurries back to the dorms. After she shuts the door, she sighs. Oh, god damn it. I almost slipped up. That boy, there is something on his mind the way he hit that pole. He pushes himself too hard. Okay, time for bed. Izuku walks back to the dorms after leaving Namuri. Izuku is walking and muttering. He didn't know 3 girls noticed him. The girls looked at him. One of the girls with orange hair says. Hey, Set, Ibara, is that Midoriya? The other girl looks and sees him. I believe you are right, Itsuka. It is him. Setsuna smirks. I'll freak him out because seeing him all flustered is so cute. Itsuka was about to say something, but it was too late. As Setsuna's eye went over, she noticed his hands, knees, and shins bandaged. Setsuna's vision returns and they go comprehensive. Both Itsuka and Ibara look at her, confused. Itsuka asks. Sets, what's wrong? Setsuna answers. It's Midoriya's hands, knees, and shins. They're bandaged up, but bleeding. The girls thought, oh no, and ran over to him. Itsuka yells his name. Midoriya. Izuku jumps and looks behind him. Oh hi Kendo Takaga and Shiozaki. They ran over to him and Ibara looked at his hand. Midoriya, how did this happen? She takes his hand to look at it. Itsuka takes his other hand and Setsuna looks at his legs. Izuku, for his part, is a flustered mess. 3 beautiful girls are touching him. Setsuna winces at his knees. Geez, Midoriya, what the hell happened? Izuku sputters out. I was training and lost track of time, but don't worry, Midnight Sensei helped me out, but the bleeding started up again. The girls looked at him, then Itsuka said. Why are you training on a Saturday to the point of bleeding? Izuku looks down and looks away. Ibara holds his hand. Midoriya, how long were you doing this before Midnight Sensei stopped you? Izuku sighed and said. Till 11. I started at 9. The 3 girls looked at him with shocked faces. Itsuka asked. What were you training on? Itsuka knew it had to be a hard surface. Izuku says. Wooden beams with rope, no quirk. 3 girls gasped, then Setsuna speaks. Wait, so all those wooden pillars I see every morning? When I throw my trash out, are you? With the blood and splinters, dude, what the F? Ibara has tears in her eyes. The man she likes does this to himself and the other 2 think the same. Itsuka looks up at Izuku. How many times do you do this? Izuku says. Every night. The girls are shocked. They can't understand why he would do that. Ibara then asks. Why would you do that, Midoriya? Itsuka takes a breath. Damn it, and I always wonder why you seem in pain when you walk by us. Then she realizes. Wait, you go to a recovery girl to fix yourself up so no one finds out, don't you? Izuku nods. Ibara looks at him, tears going down her face. Midoriya, why? Izuku pulls away from them and turns away. Listen guys, thank you for your concern, but I'm fine. Setsuna says. Dude, you aren't fine. No person puts themselves through that. Itsuka nods. Yeah, Midoriya, she is right. Izuku looks down. I need to get stronger. The girls jumped at him, raising their voices. Izuku then starts to. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean it to me. The girl looked at each and smiled. Itsuka then smiles. Midoriya, we only, as because we are friends. The other 2 nod their heads. Izuku smiles. Thank you, but. He looks down. I almost died 3 times. The girls remember how they were at the camp and how his body looked. It may hurt, but I don't want to feel that useless again when they take my best friend. I know he is okay now with Kirishima, but I don't want that to happen again. The girls smile, then Itsuka says. Promise us you don't overdo it. Okay, maybe we can spar. Ibara cuts in. Oh yes, and maybe you can help me with my quirk. Setsuna smirks. Yeah, maybe we can F2. Itsuka and Ibara giggle. Yeah, sure, we can all F-wait, what? Just as she realizes what she said, she goes red and Ibara blushes up a storm. Izuku goes pale and freezes. Itsuka looks at Setsuna. Set, what the F is wrong with you? Ibara squeaks. Set, you shouldn't say to that. Just giggle. Yeah, but you should see your faces. Ha ha ha. Setsuna laughs her ass off Ibara and Itsuka glares at her. Then they look at Izuku and then he faints. Oh F. Oh my goodness, Midoriya. Oh H, god damn it, Set, what the F. Setsuna shrugs her shoulders. We all know we like him, so don't start with me. We even agree to share him until Ibara works up the courage. Ibara squeaks. Itsuka sighs. Take your time, Ibara. Please stop teasing her. Setsuna sighs. I'm sorry, but he saved our lives from overhaul and we all talked. It's been 3 months. Itsuka speaks. Okay, let us call Bakugo. Itsuka remembers they don't have his number and she groans. Shit, we don't have his number. Ibara, do you mind? She shakes her head no. Not at all, Setsuna says. Wait, why don't we carry him? The other two look at her deadpan. What? Setsuna looks at them with a raised eyebrow. Ibara says. Setsuna, you know that he weighs a lot, right? Setsuna shrugs and then looks at Ibara with a shit-eating grin. Ibara, how do you know how much he weighs? Ibara starts to blush. I saw it while I was getting patched up from training. Recovery girl said it out loud. Ibara hoped they would buy it and she wasn't in there getting closer to Izuku. Itsuka sighs. Well, Ibara, how much does he weigh and the height? At the beginning of the year, I used to be taller than him. Ibara answers. He is 190.5 centimeters and weighs 99.73 kilograms. Itsuka looks shocked now that she looks like he is pretty buff too. Setsuna notices and smirks. Itsuka, put your jaw up, girl, you're drooling. Itsuka sputters and goes red. Shut up, Set. Ibers, please let's take him to the dorm. When they get to the dorms, Bakugo and Kirishima sit on the step and see the girls holding Izuku. What the F, Deku? They rush over and Bakugo looks at them. What the F happened to him? Bakugo and Kirishima stare at the girl. Then Setsuna sighs. The reason why he's passed out is that I said I would F him as a joke and these two didn't hear me well. They said it took. Bakugo groans well, knowing why he passed out. He isn't good with girls when he sees the bandages. Let me guess those are from him going overboard again. The girls nod. Bakugo sighs. Damn it, nerd, it's not your fault I was kidnapped and you must be having those nightmares again. Kirishima sighs. The girls looked confused. Then Itsuka says, wait, what nightmares? Bakugo puts his hand over his mouth and Kirishima smacks his forehead. Damn it, Kitsuki, your big mouth. Bakugo glares at him. Oh, shut up. He looks at the girls with confused faces. Look, girls, it's not my place to say. Then Bakugo smirks. Maybe one or all of you should date him already. Kirishima starts to laugh at the girls' faces. I mean, it is funny seeing all three girls blush simultaneously. They all said shut up at the same time and leave. Izuku wakes up and sees the girls go. Bakugo and Kirishima bring Izuku in and all the girls see him. Momo comes over. What happened to Midoriya? Bakugo says. He overtrained again. Ponytail, get the first aid kit. Momo nods and goes. Bakugo sets him on the couch, taking his bandages off, and his eyes widen. What he and everyone sees is how his knuckles, knees, and shins are. Acha puts her hands up to her mouth. Deku. Kitsuki sighs. Damn it, nerd. Momo comes in and is shocked. Why does he do this every night? He thinks we don't notice, but we do. Everyone nods. All the girls in the room think at the same time. It hurts seeing the man I love go through this. Little does the class know that Bakugo and Kirishima know they like him. They are impressed that Izuku has so many girls that like him. Izuku wakes up and sees Bakugo wrapping him up. Where am I? Bakugo looks at him and sighs. Deku, you dumbus, why are you training again? Then Izuku looks at the others around him. Kaken, I need to be stronger. Kitsuki sighs. Nerd, stop blaming yourself, okay. Izuku looks down. I know, Mina spoke. Yeah, Midori, we understand, but you need your rest. Please don't push yourself. The other girls agreed. After he got patched up, Izuku went to his room to bed. When he fell asleep, he found himself in a white room. Where am I? He looked around the wide abyss, and in the corner of his eye, he saw a woman. The woman noticed and smirked. I didn't know Tashi's successor was such a perv. Izuku freaks out. The woman puts her finger on his lips. Geez, kid, I'm only kidding anyway. You must be the ninth user, am I right? Izuku nods. The woman introduces herself. My name is Nana Shimura. I am also All Might's master. She got a better look at him and blushed. Damn, this kid is hot. If I were alive, I would F his brains out. Izuku started to blush. Why did you say that? Nana looks at him and blushes. Wait, what? You heard that how? I said it in my mind. Izuku nods and thinks. Wow, she is beautiful. She has a nice ass. Nana turns to blush and smirks. Thank you, but I don't know how you see my ass. Izuku blushes and points to the wall that Nana had no idea was there. Nana turns and sees it. Huh, well, this is weird. So anyway, we are here because you have unlocked my quirk float. So you are going to need to work on that. Izuku thought it would be nice to talk to her on the couch. Poof. Nana's eyes went wide when she saw the couch. Holy shit, how did you do that? Izuku said. I just thought of it. Nana thought of a bed, TV game system, and kitchen. Inside, it looks like your typical apartment. Izuku was amazed. Well, that happened. Nana got annoyed by the stuttering and asked. Hey, why do you do that? Izuku looks at her, confused. Huh? What do you mean? Nana groans. That. Why do you stutter and talk like a normal dude? Izuku looks down. Sorry. Nana sighs. Don't sweat it, kid. It anyway looks like we are keeping each other company. Izuku starts to blush again. Alone with a beautiful woman, Nana smiles at him. Thanks, kid, but did you forget? Can we hear each other's thoughts? Izuku went pale and blushed. Nana sighs. Okay, listen, Izuku, we need to get your confidence up, so what to do? Izuku opens his eyes. Was that a dream? Nana talks to him. Nope, Izu, it wasn't. I will talk to Tashi. Izuku blushes. So that happened, Nana giggles. Yup. Izuku calms down and goes to his phone. Texting. You. Hey All Might. All Might. Ah, young Midoriya, how are you this morning? You. Good, All Might. All Might. Yes. Is something wrong? You. One for All has done something weird. All Might. What's going on with One for All? You. I talked to Nana. All Might. What? Okay, come to the teacher's lounge as soon as you can. You. Okay. As Izuku puts his phone down, he showers and blushes when Nana is flirty. He then gets dressed and goes downstairs. He runs into a rocker girl. Oh, hi, Midoriya. Jiro blushes when she sees her crush. Midoriya smiles. Hey, Jiro, what's up? Jiro thinks to herself. Damn it, that cute smile gets me every time. Oh, I'm good. What are you doing up this early? Aren't you supposed to rest? Izuku chuckles. Don't worry, Jiro, I'm seeing All Might. Jiro nods. Okay, well, Jiro twirls her thumbs. Izuku needs clarification. Jiro, are you okay? Jiro nods. It's nothing, bye. Jiro hurries past him and goes downstairs. Izuku stands there confused. Okay. Nana giggles. I see the rocker girl likes you, Izuku blushes. Huh, what do you mean? Nana sighs. Izu, you are so dense it's cute, but don't worry about that. Tashi is waiting. Izuku nods. And heads downstairs, where he bumps into Momo. She falls back, but Izuku catches her. Yaoi Rozu, I'm so sorry. Are you okay? Momo blushes because she is in his strong arms. Yes, Midoriya, I am fine. That was my fault. Izuku, let's go, Momo thinks. Oh my god, he was so close. After Momo calms down, she looks at him. Midoriya, why are you up? You aren't going to train, are you? Momo narrows her eyes at him. Izuku gulps. No, I'm going to go see All Might. Momo crosses her arms. Midoriya, you told me before and you went to train. How do I know you aren't lying? Nana giggles, I like this one, plus her upai are huge. Izuku glances and looks away. Damn it, Nana, you made me look. Momo raises an eyebrow. Midoriya, are you okay? Momo then thinks. Midoriya blushes. I'm fine. I need to go. Momo sighs. At least let me come with you. I want to make sure you don't lie. Once I see you with All Might, I will leave. Izuku sighs. Momo why. Just before he speaks, Momo puts her finger on his lips. Midoriya. She narrows her eyes. Nana is laughing her ass off. Izuku blushes and sighs. Fine. Momo smiles. Lead the way. After they leave the dorms, Momo has a happy smile on her face. Yes, I get to spend time with him even though he was staring at me. As Momo walks, her upai bounce, and Izuku is focused on that until he runs into a pool. Bang. Ow. Izuku holds his mom and gets worried. Oh my god, Midoriya, are you okay? Nana starts to laugh. She moves his hand and winces. Oh, you poor thing. There's a bump. Izuku blushes a little because she is close. Sorry about that. I got distracted. Izuku scratches the back of his neck. Momo wondered why he got distracted and continued walking until she looked down. "Oh, you naughty boy, I can't wait, master," Momo starts to say. "Midoriya, why are you pushing yourself so much?" Izuku sighs. "Well, Yayoi Rozu." Momo stopped him. "Momo." Izuku blinks. "Huh?" Momo giggles. "Call me by my real name. We are friends, right?" Izuku blushes. "Okay." Momo can't stop thinking he is so cute. Then Izuku starts to continue. "I almost died 3 times. That's why I push myself." Momo nods. She remembers how he looked after the camp got attacked. All she had was a head injury and Izuku was in bad shape. She was impressed. She read stuff about muscular on the internet so she could get an understanding. When she found out Izuku beat him, she was shocked. How could someone so shy and innocent beat that monster? Momo then spoke. "I can help you with it. We are intelligent, right?" Izuku looked at her, confused. "Okay, but I will also train with Kendo and Shiozaki when I rest." Momo's eyes narrowed for a second. "Oh, I see. Well, when you train with them, may I come?" Izuku looked at her. "I mean, I don't care, but ask." "I'll ask Kendo." Nana sighed. Momo's eye twitches, he is lucky he is cute. Momo pouts. Izuku thought it was cute. Momo then says. "I will talk to Kendo later. It seems we have arrived." Izuku sighs and looks at Momo. "Thank you, Momo." He does his trademark smile and makes her blush. Momo then says. "No problem, Izuku." She leaves and Izuku goes in. Momo stops and yells. "Midoriya, you better not train." Izuku yells back, "I won't." He heads to All Might's office and knocks as he goes in. All Might opens the door. "Ah, young Midoriya, come on in." The former number 1 hero steps aside and Izuku sits on the couch. All Might asks Izuku if he wants some tea and Izuku says yes as they sit down. All Might talks. "Okay, young Midoriya, now explains what happened." Izuku explains and All Might is shocked. Then Izuku remembers. "All Might, I think I can let you see her." He goes over and touches him but doesn't hear Nana. "Izu, no, wait for me, too late." They are in there and Nana is nude on the bed. Both Izuku and All Might scream, "AHH." After Nana puts some clothes on and she pouts at Izuku. "Izu, you idiot. You're lucky Tashi only saw my ass." Izuku counter. "Well, why the hell are you naked?" Nana answers. "I like to sleep naked, you dummy." All Might sighs. "Yup, that is my master for sure. He has fascipums." Izuku looks at All Might confused and Nana pouts. "All Might, what do you mean?" All Might groans. But Nana was still alive, she was an airhead. Nana yells. "Hey." Izuku chuckles and All Might continues. All Might then has tears coming down his face. Nana gets up and goes over to hug him. "I might be an airhead, but you are still that crybaby I saved by the river all those years ago." Izuku smiles at their reunion. Then Nana notices his look and has a tick mark. "Tashi, why the F do you look like a damn skeleton?" Tashi gulps and looks up at her. "Well, master, you see." Izuku then says. "He faced all for one." Then he explains what happened. Tashi looks at Izuku. "Why did you say that, young Midoriya?" Izuku answers. "She'll discover the truth in no time." Nana scoffs. "What did that bastard do to you?" "Show me." Tashi sighs and lifts his shirt and explains. Nana looks at him. Bonk. Tashi holds his head. "Ow, what the hell? Why did you do that? It hurts." Nana yells at him. "You suicidal fool, I didn't sacrifice myself so you could have revenge." Tashi looks down. Nana sighs. "Okay, anyway, now that Tashi is a fool. Izu, you should start your training with my quirk." Tashi was shocked by 2 things. "Did you call him Izu and use your quirk?" Nana paled and so did Izuku. "Damn it, Nana." Nana looked at Izuku. "What? It's not like I told him we fucked so many times." Just as she said that, Tashi's eyes went wide. "Wait, what do you mean?" Izuku and Nana froze. Tashi looked at them and started to laugh. Izuku is confused and Nana pouts. "Hey, what's so funny, Tashi?" Tashi stops laughing. "I'm sorry, master, but young Midoriya is your type, so it makes sense. Plus, he needs more confidence in himself." Izuku blushed and so did Nana. "Shut up." After Nana stopped blushing, they talked. They talked about how Tashi and Izuku met and Nana saw his memory after Tashi told him he couldn't be a hero without a quirk. Flashback. After All Might left the roof, Izuku looked over the edge. Izuku thought about jumping when the explosion happened. Flashback ends. Nana looks at Izuku and Izuku looks down. All Might's eyes go wide because he saw it too. They both looked at Izuku. "Young Midoriya, why?" Nana was pissed and went over to him. Slap. Izuku just looked down and All Might was shocked. "Why?" Nana had tears going down her face. Izuku just looked away. Flashback to that day. After Izuku was made fun of for saying he was going to the UA. Izuku was sad, then Manama came to him, pissed. What the F, you loser. He touched one of his lackey's arms and used his quirk on him. Izuku screamed in pain. Bakugo goes to him. Sorry Izuku, but it's too dangerous for you even though it's a bad way to do it, plus Katsumi would be hurt and she is breaking up with him today. I don't know why she is dating him. Damn it, Deku, stop it. You will never be a hero. Izuku looks down then Manama smirks. Hey, loser, you want a quirk? Izuku nods. I got just the thing. Why don't you take a swan dive off the roof and wish for a quirk in your next life? Manama laughs along with his friends just then. Izuku starts to cry and runs out. Bukongo is pissed. What the F, Manama? Manama looks at him. What I just want just then. Slap. Just then, Katsumi heard everything you son of a bitch why would you say to him, Manama got pissed. Why do you even care? He's a loser. That's when Katsuki punches him in the face. You motherfucker, you better hope nothing happens to him or you fucked. After they see the memory. Izuku was crying and both Tashi and Nana hugged him. Izu, I'm so sorry you went through that. I'm sorry for slapping you. She hugs him tighter. Tashi is pissed. That little bastard. Izuku spoke up. All Might please don't, was All Might take a breath. Young Midoriya, I know young Bakugo was trying to help but that's not who I'm mad at. It's Manama. Izuku then speaks. Manama is an asshole and I already forgave him. Nana and Tashi were shocked. Nana got upset. Wait, you did F that, kid. Izuku just sighed, then looked at them with a rugged look. I know, okay, I do, but I want to prove to that asshole I belong here and he only saw me at the sports festival. Tashi's eyes went wide. You mean when you kicked his ass in the first round? Izuku smirks. Yup, let's just say he wasn't happy. After they calmed down, All Might and Izuku returned to the real world. Nana kissed Izuku and said she couldn't wait till tonight. All Might groaned in annoyance. Then All Might gets a call. One moment, young Midoriya. Izuku nods and waits. After all, I might get off the phone. Okay, I have to go. Nezu wants to speak to me, so go back to the dorms and rest, okay? Izuku nods. Namuri is on the phone with Mount Lady talking about a green-haired person. Namuri was sitting on her bed on the phone. Hey, you, how's your patrol going? You groaned, it's so boring. How's our favorite green bean? Namuri giggled and then sighed. You caught the sigh. Namuri, what's wrong? Namuri sighed and answered. Ooh, I swear that boy. I caught him training again, this time, his knuckles, knees and shins were bloody. You sighed at the phone. Geez, I thought he promised he wouldn't train that hard, but I guess not. You pouted. Namuri then said. That's not all. He punched wood pillars with rope. They had writing on them. You gasped. What did they say? Namuri has tears. They said worthless, not good enough, and a loser. You frowned. Damn it, as she was about to finish, Namuri spoke. The one he was punching, said Muscular. Yu's eyes widened. Wait, what? You knew how bad he was? She was one of the first ones to the camp and saw Izuku on the stretcher. Muscular was pissed, but excited. Flashback. Yu is rushing to the camp. Bastards coming after a group of kids. What the F? As Yu gets there, she sees Mr. Izawa. Eraser. Shota looks and sees Mount Lady and smiles. MTT Lady, you came fast anyway. Thanks for coming. We need your help with the kids. Yu nods. It took about an hour, but she found them all. As she gave the last student to the paramedics, she saw Izuku. Holy shit, is that the boy from the sports festival in Nemurus Crush? She heads over there. Holy shit, what happened to him? Just then, she hears something behind her. She looks, and her eyes go wide, that was a fight when I get out of here. That green-haired punk is dead. Yu was shocked. Muscular, what the hell? Just as Yu looked at him and back to Izuku, she got a tap on her shoulder. Huh? She turns around and sees Mandalay. Shino, what the hell happened to him? She points at Izuku. Shino tears up. He fought him to protect Kota Yu, Shino said with a tearful smile as she rubbed Izuku's hair. Yu was shocked. You mean he beat Muscular? Shino nods. Kota comes from behind her and is still crying. Is he going to be okay? He got hurt badly. One of the paramedics looks at him and sighs. I'm sorry, but we must get him to the hospital. The pros nod. Flashback ends. Yu sighs. Man, I worry about that boy. It's like he doesn't care if he lives or dies. Namuri then says. He told me he doesn't. Yu's eyes widened. What? Namuri sighed. Yeah, he did, but I slapped him and said I loved him, but I corrected myself. Yu almost broke her phone. Nimi talked to Nezu to see if I could be your assistant. That damn cinnamon roll needs to be watched so he doesn't do anything stupid. Namuri smiles. I'll see what I can do, okay, Yu? I'll see you later. Bye Nimi. Yu hangs up. I wonder what I should do. Namuri taps her finger. While Namuri figures out what to do, Nezu has a meeting. Nexus office. Nezu is sitting in his chair and has two people with him. One sits there passionately and the other is annoyed. Shota then speaks. Okay, Nezu, why did you call us on a Sunday? I was sleeping. Shota said with annoyance in his voice. All Might chuckled. It's okay, Shota. You'll get to rest. Shota looks at All Might with a deadpan look. My class are problem children of UA Tashi. They can keep their asses out of danger, and now we have to hear what problem child number 1 did this time. Shota glared at All Might. Nezu chuckles. Yes, Shota, your class has been fun this year, but we all know one person needs a boost in confidence. Shota raises an eyebrow. Okay, then, who? All Might nod too. Nezu then answers them. Your favorite problem child and your successor Tashi. Both Shota and Tashi raise an eyebrow. Then Tashi answers. What does young Midoriya come up with in this? Shota nods in agreement. Nezu then answers. Have either of you noticed how the girls in 1A, some from 1B, and a few of our teachers and pros see him? All Might looks at him for a second, then hits him. It also hits Shota, and he groans. You gotta be shitting. All Might sighs. Yes, I have noticed, but what are you getting at, Nezu? Nezu answers. What I'm getting at is, what if Izuku gets a harem? Both All Might and Shota's eyes go wide. Then Shota answers. You want a problem child to have a sexual relationship with his classmates so he can be confident. Nezu nods, and both groan. Shota then says. Nezu problem child gets all flustered. YW it hits both of them and Nezu smirks. All Might sigh, and Shota grins. Now I get it when the problem child is in hero mode. He is the unstoppable wall, but he hurts himself by saving people. I will agree to this only if their parents have to consent. Nezu shakes his head. No, they don't need consent here in Japan. Most of them are 17. Nezu then sighs. All Might is confused. What is it, Nezu? Nezu answers him. The other reason is that Midoriya doesn't care if he lives or dies, and I want to know why. Maybe he won't be so risky if he has girls who love him. Shota's eyes widened. What the hell does that mean? Nezu and All Might sigh. Then Nezu answers. Namuri went out last night and she found Midoriya training and she brought him back to her room and patched him up. I overheard Midoriya say he doesn't care if he dies or what his body goes through. He wants to be the hero everyone needs. All Might already knows and Shota's eyes go wide. Shota clenches his fists. Damn it, problem child, why didn't I notice? Nezu speaks again. Shota, it isn't your fault he hides it well. And another thing, Shota asks. Yeah? Nezu sighs again. After Midoriya left Namuri, I went to where he was training and saw something horrible. Shota didn't want to know, but he asked anyway. What? Nezu took out his phone and put the image on the screen. What they saw shocked them. Nezu then spoke again. He has been doing this for 3 months now. I found these in the dumpster and have Midoriya's medical report for the last 3 months. He slid both copies to All Might and Shota. When they read what he has been doing to himself hurts them. Izuku Midoriya's medical report. 90 broken knuckles, 60 cracked shins, and fractured knees. All Might was on the verge of tears. Young Midoriya, Shota was pissed. God damn it, problem chill. Shota slams on the desk. Nezu then waits for them to call down because All Might went buff. Nezu then spoke. Now, do you see why? Both calmed down and nodded. Shota then looked at Nezu with a severe face. Whatever you got planned, I am in. All Might nod. Nezu smiled. Okay, so I will build a building for Midoriya and his harem to do what they want because I believe Midoriya will have 14 women. Shota raises an eyebrow. Where the hell did you get that number from? Nezu smirked. Well, your girls from class 1A, Kendo, Totoga Shiozaki, and Cody from class B, Namuri, MTT. Lady Michiko and Mandalay Himiko Toga and Mei from 1H. Shota just looked at Nezu. That crazy girl from the league. Nezu nods. I feel she also likes him, but we shall see. Are we on the same page? They both nod and then Shota says. What's the next step? Nezu answers. We talk to Namuri. I want her to lead the harem. Will you stay or go, Shota? Shota thinks, then he answers. I'll stay, but after we call Midoriya here and tell him that it's okay to date Namuri, we have to tell his mother or have him, and Namuri tells her. Nezu nods. I'll call her now. Nezu calls Namuri and heads to the Nexus office. Nu wonders what he wants. I wonder what Nezu wants. I better be good, damn it, it's Sunday. Namuri gets to the door and knocks. Nezu tells her to come in, and she is surprised that All Might and Shota are there. Hey, All Might and Shota, what are your guys doing here? Nezu answers, have a seat, Namuri. We have something we want to ask. Namuri nods and sits down. Nezu then speaks. I overheard your conversation with Midoriya last night, Namuri. Is it true you love him? Namuri starts to blush up a storm and is about to lie when Nezu raises a paw. I will know if you're lying, Namuri, Nezu said. Namuri sighs and answers. Yes. She looks down in shame. What she didn't know was that All Might and Shota were smiling. Nezu smirks. You may proceed to ask him out, Namuri. Namuri's head went down. I'll wait, what? She was shocked that Nezu had just said that. Nezu answered. Yes, you can. Namuri was in tears. Are you sure Nezu can? Nezu smiles. Yes, Namuri, you can, but it has some conditions. Namuri nods, and Nezu explains Namuri was shocked and started to cry because she knew about a little, not a lot. After she dried her tears, she then remembered you. Hey Nezu, would you mind if MTT? Lady became my assistant. She's worried about Izuku. Nexus nodded, and All Might chuckled. Izuku, huh? Namuri blushes and pouts. Shut up, Tashi. The guys chuckled at a red face, and Namuri left. Then Shota looks at Nezu with a smile. You're also doing this because Namuri can't find a good guy. Nezu shrugs. I have no idea what you're talking about. I will start on that building now. Nezu leaves along with the other two. Namuri asked you to come to the UA. She was about an hour away. It is about 3:30 and Namuri hears a knock on the door. She opens it and sees an annoyed you. Okay, what did you have to talk about in person? I don't know why this couldn't be over the phone. Yu looks at her friend and comes in. So, what's the news? Namuri smiles. Nezu says you can be my assistant. Yu's eyes go wide. Are you serious? Yu hugs Namuri. Namuri then explains what Nezu has planned for the cinnamon roll. Yu has tears when she hears about Izuku. Damn it. Yu clenches her fists. Then Yu looks at Namuri. When do we start? Namuri answers. When the next school year begins. Yu groans, but Namuri smirks. I can ask him, but I must wait till later. Yu pouts. Lucky bitch. Namuri chuckles. Don't worry, Yu, you're next, and you forget you and Rumi have him next week for work study. Yu smiles and is happy. She gets to have Izuku and maybe a happy Rumi. Then she remembers. Hey, aren't 3 girls from the other class going? Namuri nods. Yes, they are Tokage Kendo and Shiozaki. Yu nods. With Izuku in his room, he was talking to Nana. Izuku is bored and he wants to train. Ugh, I'm so bored, Nana giggles in his head. Izu, you know if you train, you'll be in trouble, so just relax. Izuku pouts. Not fair. Just then, he gets a text from All Might. Text, All Might. Young Midoriya, I have 2 things to say. You. Yes All Might. All Might. 1, you better be resting. I know if you aren't a young man. You. Yes, I am, and what's the second thing? All Might. Midnight wants to discuss something with you, so head to her room. It's about your late night training. You. Yes, sir, I leave now. All Might. Okay, sounds good. After Izuku gets done texting All Might, he heads to Nemuris. Izuku headed down the stairs and saw Bakugo and Kirishima playing games. Kitsuki looks behind him and waves. Yo Deku, you want the next match? I'm kicking Urgi's ass. Kirishima pouts and looks. Yeah, this is one of my damn boyfriend's talents. Kitsuki chuckles. The way you bitch isn't manly. Izuku snorted. Sorry, guys. Midnight needs to see me about something. Kirishima and Bakugo looked at each other and smirked. They both know she likes him. Even though they are guys, they can tell. They talk to their friends and the girls. Izuku always gets brought up. Okay, Deku, maybe another time, teacher's pet, Kirishima snorted, and Izuku blushed. Teacher's pet, what does that mean? Kirishima laughed. You're so dense, but that's your charm. Kitsuki's phone rang, and he answered it. Hold on, Deku, and it's my sister, Kitsuki answers. You what, Kitsumi? I'm busy. He pulled his phone away from her, screaming to get her back. He put her on speaker. Shut up, asshole. I just wanted to see if Kirishima is doing okay. Kirishima answers. Yeah, I'm good, cat. Kitsumi then says. That's good. I can't still believe you are with him. He is an asshole, Kitsuki yells. Oi. Kitsumi giggled. How's Izuku doing? Kitsuki smirks. Okay, I guess he went to late night training again and returned to the dorms with bloody shins, knuckles, and knees again. He pulled his head away from her scream. Oh my god, what the F did he do this time, and why aren't you watching him? Kitsuki noticed Izuku left and sighed. He knew he was hurt. She dated his bully. Kitsuki sighs. Yeah, I know, but he is pushing himself, and hey, you're going to be a freshman next semester, so you can help. Kitsumi sighed. You know he hates me, right, but then I find out he has a quirk, so I will talk to him even if he doesn't want to. I miss him, damn it. Kitsuki sighs. Well, he did forgive me anyway, gotta go say sis and tell mom we said hi, Kitsumi says, and Kirishima looks at him. She is so in love with him. Don't know why she dated Monoma. Kitsuki sighed. She lost a bet and had to. I'm glad she broke things off with that copy bastard. Kirishima snorted. It was funny seeing Izuku kick his ass, oh, Kitsuki smirked. Yeah, it was anyway around too. Hiroshima's eyes flared up with determination. Hell yeah. Once Izuku heard Katsuki say it was his sister, he left. It might have been 2 years, but she was his first crush who dated his bully. Nana said. Izuku, you will need to talk to her eventually because you forgave Monoma for it. Now it's time to forgive her. Izuku sighed. Yeah, I know I will in time, just not ready. Nana understood. As he walked down the PATH2, girls noticed him and came over. Hey Midori. Izuku jumped, turned around, and saw Mina and an invisible set of clothes stopping before him. Oh, Ashio and Hagakure, hello. Both girls felt their hearts skip at the cuteness. Toru started to say. Midori, are you going to train? Izuku flinched at her tone. If he could see her face, he would know she was pouting and puffing her cheeks. Ashio narrowed her eyes. Midoriya, you better not. Momo told us and made it clear you need to rest, so? Where are you going? When Izuku looked up, he was shocked to see what Toru looked like. Nana, are you seeing this? Nana looked confused. Yeah, what about the cute read? Izuku said. Her quirk is invisibility. No one can see her. Nana balked. Oh shit. When the hell is going on with One for All? Izuku snapped out of it when Toru snapped her finger in front of his face. Earth to Midori. Izuku thought Namiri could wait a bit because he didn't want to see her in training. Sorry Ashio, can I talk to Hagakure? Both girls looked confused, but shrugged. You sure, Midoriya? Mina walked away, leaving a flustered Izuku and a confused Toru. Toru then asked. What's up, Midori? Izuku took a deep breath in. See you. Toru looked at him, confused. I'm sorry, what? Izuku calmed down and said it slower. I can see you Hagakure. Toru's eyes widened. What? Izuku jumped and Toru calmed down. She took a deep breath. Okay, Midori, what color is my hair? Izuku answered. Red. Toru's heart skipped. Okay, and my eyes? Izuku answered. Blue. Toru couldn't believe it. Her crush saw her and she was happy, but she had to worry about the work study and oh shit, now he could see her, that meant naked. Toru was blessed and looked up at him. Midori, when we return from work, can we talk? Izuku nodded and Toru approached him, kissed his cheek, and ran away. Izuku stood there like deer in headlights. Nana snapped him out of it and he left. He knocks. Izuku waits and is nervous. Once the door opens, Namiri smiles at him. Hey, Midoriya, come in. She steps aside and Izuku walks in. You wanted to see me? Namiri smiles at him and thinks it's cute when he stutters. Namiri has a blush on her face and Nana notices. Oh? Izuku asks. What's up Nana? Nana starts to giggle. Izu, I think she will confess. Izuku starts to blush and freaks out. What? Namiri thinks. Come on, Namiri, you just have to ask him why am I so nervous. She looks at Izuku with a determined look. Well, you see Namiri starts to mess up her words and Izuku waits there. Namiri says F it and says she is the rated R hero damn it. I love you, Izuku Midoriya. Please be my boyfriend. Izuku was shocked. He looks at her wide-eyed and starts to blush and Nana yells. I knew it, Izuku. Izuku's eyes bulged out when she said that. He couldn't believe what she had just said. What? Izuku started to freak out and Namiri cupped his cheeks. Izuku, calm down, honey. Izuku calms down with her touch. When he looked at her, he was shocked. The rated hero Midnight was staring at him with a blush on her cheeks. Nana says something. Izu, just because she's the rated hero doesn't mean she isn't a woman. So calm down and answer her feelings and call her by her first name. Izuku calms down and smiles at Namiri and grabs her hand and Namiri looks at him. I feel the same way. Namiri just looked at him. Did he just use my first name? She looks at him, shocked. Did you just call me? Izuku blushes and nods. Yes, Namiri, I did. Namiri felt her heart skip at her crush calling her by her first name. She has tears go down her face. Izuku started to freak out. Just then, Namiri kisses him on the lips. Izuku was shocked at first, but then put his hand on her cheek. Namiri wraps her arms around her neck. They break apart. Namiri giggles. So, I take it this means you are my boyfriend. Izuku chuckles. Yeah Namiri, it does. Namiri kisses him again. Izuku falls onto his back with her on top of him. He wraps his arms around her back. Namiri hums and then feels something poke her. Huh? She looks down and sees a bulge in his pants and smirks. Somebody likes it when I'm on top of him, huh? Izuku starts to flush and Nana starts to laugh her ass off. You're such a perv, Izu. Izuku pouts at Nana's teasing. Namiri raises an eyebrow seeing his pout. Oh honey, no need to pout. Izuku looks confused for a second, then he looks at her and realizes. Oh shit. Nana says. Izu just wings it, then Izuku understands and goes with it. Well, how would you feel if you had a beautiful girl on top of you? He pouts and looks away. Namiri, herself starts to blush and kisses his cheek. Izuku raises his eyebrow and smiles at her. Namuri calms herself down before it gets too heated. She gets up and sits back down on the couch. Izuku gets up, a little confused, and sits up. Namuri, are you okay? Namuri smiles at him. Yes, Izuku, I am. Well, so that you know Izuku, we must tell your mother about us. Izuku looked at her, confused. My mom? Namuri smiles and looks down. Yes, we do because I'm 28 years old and you're 17. We don't want your mother to have an issue with this, so I called her to come here today. Izuku nods and understands. They get up and head to the teacher's lounge. They see Inko sitting in the chair with All Might, Nezu and Izawa. Izuku was confused at that. All Might. What are you doing here and him? Just then, Izuku gets hugged by his mother and everyone looks at it and smiles. Namuri thinks it is cute. Mom can't breathe. Inko lets go and wipes her tears. Sorry, Izuku, I missed you. Izuku smiles. I missed you too, Mom. Inko then turns to All Might and asks. How is he doing? All Might, is he getting better? All Might nod, but sigh. Yes, Inko, but we wanted to show you what we found in the dumpster. Inko looks at him, confused. Izuku's eyes widened. All Might then looks towards Izuku. I'm sorry, young Midoriya, but your mother needs to know how you train. I did promise. All Might then looks at Namuri. Midnight, please explain what you found last night and a month ago. Namuri sighs and looks at Izuku with a sorry look which Inko notices. Midnight looks at Izuku like she's his girlfriend. That wouldn't make sense, but oh. My god, she is Izuku's favorite female hero besides Mirko. The only thing is I read on the internet about her being a slut, but I can't go on the revives, so I'll test her. Inko then nods and looks at Namuri. Namuri starts. Well Mrs. M. Inko puts her hand up. Please, Midnight, call me Inko. Namuri pauses and continues. Well, Inko, last night, I found Midoriya training. Inko gets a little worried, but nods. Namuri is continuous. I was going for a walk because I couldn't sleep and I heard grunting, so I went to investigate and I saw Midoriya punching, kicking G and kneeing a post with rope on it. As I get close, I see other beams on the ground broken. Then I saw they had the paper on them. She looks down and breathes in. When I got a better look, I approached Midoriya and he was bleeding from his knuckles, knees, and shins. I stopped and patched him up, but they read on the stumps. Useless, weak, not good enough, and the one he was hitting had. Namuri paused. Inko looks at Izuku, shocked and with tears going down her face, but before she can say anything, Namuri continues. The last stump said muscular. Inko's eyes go wide and Izuku looks down. Inko then looks at Izuku with tears. Izuku, why? Izuku looks away. It's because I am a mom. Trying to hold back his tears, everyone looks at him, shocked. Mr. Izawa speaks. Problem, child, why do you think that? Izuku looks at him. I almost died 3 times, sensei, and I needed a little girl's help to defeat Overhaul and Koda to distract Muscular when Koda hit him with water and All Might to save Tsi. The reason why I don't want to be useless. I don't care if I die, as L. Slap. Everyone was shocked when Namuri smacked him. Izuku holds his cheek. Namuri. Inko caught that. Then Namuri glared at him with tears in her eyes. You stupid dummy. I didn't just start dating you to hear that. Izuku, what did I tell you when you said that last night? Then without warning, she hugged him, shocking everyone, even the ones who knew. Inko looked at Namuri with a smile. Yeah, those reviews are wrong. Namuri hugged him tight and Izuku hugged him back. Till they both heard and heard. Both froze and looked at Inko crossing her arms. Izuku, we will talk about what I just heard, but, Midnight. Wanna tell me why you called him your boyfriend? Inko looked at her with a glare. As Namuri let go, the other 3 kept quiet. Inko spoke. You are 28 and just started dating my son today, right? Namuri nods down, and Inko looks at her, then comes over and hugs her, shocking everyone. Namuri, I approved Izuku. Don't ever say that, you stupid boy. Inko hugs him. Izuku starts to cry. I'm sorry, Mom. Inko smiles, and the 4 smile at them, and Inko looks at Namuri, telling her to come over and join the hug. She does, and they hug for a minute. Nezu and All Might smile, and Shota smirks and says. Well, Namuri, I guess you finally got a man, huh? He smirks, and Namuri pouts at him. Shut up. Nezu claps his hands together. Okay, that was heartwarming. Mrs. Midoriya, there is another thing we wanted to tell you. Inko stops hugging them and looks at the rat bear thing. Yes, Nezu? Nezu looks at the other 3, and they nod. Izuku and Inko look confused, then Nezu begins. Your son, Mrs. Midoriya, has also caught the hearts of his class. Also, are you aware of 4 from 1B and a few pros? Inko smirks and looks at Izuku. My baby boy is such a ladies' man. Izuku is shocked and yells. Wait, what? Everyone laughs. Then Namuri explains. Well, Izuku, you have a certain way. Why do you think I fell for you? Izuku looks at her and says. Inko giggles. Looks like I will have grandbabies in the future. And wait, I saw on the news that you can have multiple partners passing next month in Japan. I approve. Izuku was shocked. Then All Might says. Well, now that we understand, young Midoriya, you have to rest now, so Midnight, please go with him, and I'll take Inko home. They all nod, and Inko smirks. Okay, you too, I did say I wanted grandkids, but not yet. Izuku and Namiri blush. All Might and Nezu laugh, Shota smirks, and Izuku yells. Mom. Then Inko looks at Namiri. Watch over my baby. Namiri nods. Izuku hugs his mom and leaves with Namiri. When they go back to her room, Namiri shuts the door. So Izuku wanna watch a movie? Izuku shrugs. Sure Nimi, Namiri smirks. Nimi Aya. Izuku blushes. Do you not like it? Izuku looks down, and Namiri kisses his cheek. I love it, Zuzu. Izuku smiles. They both sit on the couch. Namiri grabs the controller and looks at Izuku. So, what do you want to watch? Izuku shrugs, and they end up watching a romance movie. It was during the movie Nana said something. Aizu. Come put your hand around her, should you big dork, Izuku sighs and does it. He puts his arm around her shoulder, and Namiri smiles, leans in, and places her hand on his chest. Izuku kisses her head, making her giggle. Namiri kisses him on the cheek. As they watched, Namiri thought, I wonder if he would like to have sex with me. Wait, for bad Namiri, no. Izuku, for his part, was arguing with Nana. Aizu, come on, you know, as well as I do. You want to F her, god damn it, Izuku starts to blush. Shut up, Nana, we both know you want to watch. They kept arguing, and then Izuku snapped his fingers and heard Nana moan. What's wrong, Nana? Nana moans and yells. You asshole, what the F? Izuku is confused. Why am I an asshole? Izuku snaps his finger. Sorry, Nana, my bad. He starts to chuckle, and he can tell Nana is pouting. One for all is bullshit. Izuku chuckles and looks at Namiri. Her cute face, then he goes lower to her upai, he thinks. Wow, they are much bigger than I thought. Nana giggles. While Izuku and Nana are insulting each other, Namiri looks up at him and sees he's staring at her. Is he staring at my upai? Namiri smiles and then, without warning, kisses him. Izuku was surprised, but kissed back. Izuku is back in his head, and he sees Nana smiling. Hey Aizu. Izuku smiles and walks over to her and kisses her. Hey Nana, did you miss me? Nana pouts. What do you think? Nana looks at him and kisses him. Izuku chuckles and wraps his arms around her. Nana giggles and breaks apart from the kiss. As much as I want you to F me, I am still sore, so we cuddle and watch a movie. Izuku picks her up and Nana blushes. Hey. Izuku smirks. I would like that. So he puts her on the bed, grabs the remote, and lays down. Nana smiles, and Izuku watches the movie. They fall asleep. The next morning, Izuku wakes up and smells something good. He looks over and sees Namiri in her tiny kitchen making breakfast, but he has to look again. Then his eyes focused, and he saw her in nothing but an apron. Nana smirks. Damn. Izuku sees that ass he couldn't stop grabbing last night. It was a perfect ass too. Izuku gets up, goes over to her, wraps his arms around her, and kisses her cheek. Morning, beautiful. Namiri giggles. Morning, big guy. How did you sleep? Izuku kisses her again. Like a rock, and what are you wearing, Nimi? Namiri smirks. What? I'm wearing an apron. Izuku looks down. Your ass is out. Izuku moves his hands down and grabs her right cheek. Namiri shudders. Zuzu, stop. The food will burn. Izuku chuckles. Well, wearing this drives me crazy, Nimi. He whispers seductively in her ear, making her shudder. Namiri was trying to focus, and Izuku let go and sat at the table. Namiri smirked. Naughty boy, well. Like my outfit. Izuku looks at her and grins. Nimi, you look amazing. Nana giggles. You mean how her ass is amazing? Izuku then looks at her ass and Namiri smirks. You like what you see, assman. Izuku sputters and hears Nana laughing. Namiri can't see how cute he is as she sets their food on the table. Okay, Zuzu, I'm going to change. This was my treat for you. We can't go another round. We will be late for your hero study with Mount Lady. Izuku wrinkles his brow. I have a hero study with Mount Lady. When did that happen? Namiri smacks her forehead. I meant to tell you last night, but you tried to break my pelvis and ass, so I forgot. Namiri smirks at him, and Izuku blushes. Namiri cut him off with a kiss on his forehead. It's okay, Zuzu. I liked it, and I'll be right back. You're also going to be working with Mirko and MTT. Lady. Izuku blushes. Mirko and MTT. Lady Namiri giggles. Yes, don't mind, Rumi Zuzu. She may be a bitch at first, but don't worry, your friends from 1B will also be going with you, Kendo, Tokage, and Shiozaki. Izuku still looked confused. Wait Nimi, I am still confused. When did this happen? Namuri looks at him with a deadpan look. Izuku, you don't remember Aizawa was saying it in homeroom last Monday. Flashback to last Monday. Homeroom and class 1A talked amongst themselves when Aizawa came in. Okay, problem, children, shut up. The class is quiet and Aizawa begins. Izuku felt tired and wasn't paying attention because he was up till 3 punching the pillars and felt even more out of it when recovery girl healed him and hit him in the head with her cane. Aizawa continued, okay, it has been 3 months since your last work study and we got that you guys picked last time, but this time we picked for you. Iida stood up. Sensei, why pick for us? Aizawa groaned in annoyance. Sit down, Iida, and I was getting to that. Iida sits. We need you to work with a hero you usually don't pick because, in this life, you don't know how it will go. So look on the board and you will be joined by 1B. On the board, it showed their names. Iida, Bungo, Fatgum, Asui Manga, Endeavor, Tokuriki and Yanagi. Headshot, Midoriya, Kendo Shiozaki and Tokage. Mirko and MTT Lady. So on and so forth. Mineta looked at Izuku with tears. He gets to work with the bunny hero and 3 hot babes fuck before Mineta can go after Izuku with jealousy. Sue grabs him and puts him in a pillowcase and wraps his mouth up and hangs him up in the ceiling. Aizawa groans and says. Okay, now don't forget this starts next week. Flashback ends. Izuku then remembers. Oh right. Namuri looks at his hesitation and hugs him. Hey, you're going to be okay, Zuzu. I have known Rumi for years. She may act tough, but she's pissed because no man can make her. Izuku squeaked at that and looked at Namuri, blushing, but narrowing his eyes. Nimi, this isn't because you and all the teachers want me to have a harem. Namuri giggles. Nope, Zuzu, this happened way before the harem talk. Izuku still looked like he wasn't convinced with what Namuri said, but got distracted by Namuri getting off him and walking to her room, making sure to sway her ass. Now eat up my cute green bean. You leave in 45 minutes. She entered her room, got dressed, and couldn't help but worry. Be safe my love. They eat and have a conversation when she gets dressed. Izuku is walking to class when he hears someone call his name. Midoriya. Izuku turns around and sees Itsuka Satsuna and Nobara running up to him. Itsuka smiles at him. Hey, Midoriya, turns out we will be joining you this time. Vlad King said that we could go with you to your class so you could get your hero costume. We got ours already. Izuku blushes, but nods. Okay, Kendo. They all walk together then Nobara asked him. Midoriya, how are your injuries from last night? Did you get them taken care of? Izuku looks at her and smiles, and she blushes. Shiozaki, I did thank you. Satsuna looked at him. You're not bullshitting, are you, dude? We can see your arms are wrapped up. The girls narrowed their eyes at him. Izuku paled. I am not Nem, I mean, Midnight made sure I saw a recovery girl last night. She smacked me with her cane. Izuku couldn't help but pout and the girls felt their hearts skip at the cuteness. Nobara couldn't help but mutter. Cute. They continued to walk. They grabbed Izuku's suitcase, got to the gate, told Snipe they were leaving, and headed to the train station. Namuri is in a video chat with you and Rumi. Namuri is on a video chat. Hey, Midoriya and the girl should arrive in about 45 minutes. They just left. You nods. Hey, Rumi, did you hear they are the way? Rumi asks. You damn, why the F do I have to babysit kids? This is not fair. You giggles. Well, maybe listen to what the higher-ups say and you won't get punished. You looked at her with a shit-eating grin. Rumi glares at her. Oh, shut up. Who is coming again? I didn't care to read that list. Namuri answered from her side of the phone. Izuku Midoriya, Itsuka Kendo, Ibara Shiozaki and Satsuna Tokage. Rumi raised her eyebrow when she heard Izuku's name. You mean that green hair kid that broke his bones facing Endeavors? Namuri answers. Yup, that's him. Rumi groaned in annoyance. What the F did we get that useless jackass H. Rumi was interrupted by Namuri screaming. He is not useless. Rumi grinned. Oh, why isn't he, please tell. Namuri calmed down. You remember Muscular? Rumi felt her angry rage. She was best friends with Koda's mom and vowed to bring Muscular in but didn't get the chance because he was already behind bars and no one told her how. Yeah, what about that piece of shit? Namuri answered. Midoriya was the one who defeated him and saved Koda. I got proof. Look at your phone. Rumi's phone bust and she saw a video of a hurt Izuku and Muscular extracting words and Koda hiding behind him before he passed out. Rumi couldn't believe it. Even though she would have trouble with Muscular and then she saw how the kid looked and couldn't help but shudder. Hey Namuri, when did this happen last year, right? Namuri answered, yeah, and he looks different now. You and Rumi raised their eyebrows. You then smirked and looked at Rumi. Yeah, he is 17. I think he's sick something now. He hit a growth spirit. Rumi was getting hyped but had to ask. Namuri, does he know fighting stances? Namuri smirked. I don't just ask him when he is there. Rumi pouted, and you laughed. Rumi, what don't think he is so worthless now? Rumi had a slight blush on her face. Well, he might be better now, Yu and Rumi smirked. They continued to talk to each other until they heard a knock. Yu said goodbye to Namuri and went to open the door. When she opened the door, she smirked. Yo. Brats, come on, in. She was stopped in her tracks when she opened the door and saw a nice chest of Izuku's. Izuku raised his eyebrow and the three girls stopped in the middle of her sentence. Yu couldn't help but blush when she saw Izuku's face. Yeah, he's hot, Namuri was right. Need to message her now. Izuku still looked confused, but the three girls behind him narrowed their eyes, then Itsuka spoke. Hello Mount Lady, may we come in? Yu collected herself and said, you come on in. I need to get ready. There are 4 rooms upstairs. Pick one and get ready. Mirko and I will instruct you guys when we are ready. The bathroom is down the hall. When we meet, we make up for bath time and don't take long. The 4 nodded and Izuku was still confused while Nana slapped her hand to her head. Izuku, Itsuka, Ibara and Satsuna went to their room and got ready. In Izuku's room, when he shut the door, Izuku set his suitcase on the bed and couldn't help but ask Nana something. Is it me, Nana, or did Mount Lady seems weird? Nana groaned in annoyance about how dense Izuku was. Izu, I love you, but you are dense. Izuku balked at that and asked. What does that mean, Nana? Nana just sighed. Dude, she was checking you out, dummy. Izuku blushed. He couldn't believe Mount Lady had checked him out. Nana giggles at his denseness. Yu's room. Yu went to her room, closed the door, and called Namuri. Namuri answers. Yeah, what's up, Yu? He replied. God. Namuri, he's so hot. Why didn't you warn me? I thought he still looked the same. Namuri giggles. Yu, I thought you would like a surprise anyway. Get dressed and we will talk tonight, okay? Itsuka's room. Itsuka shut her door and put her case on the bed. She took off her shirt and skirt, looked in the mirror, and sighed. Damn it, these got bigger again, and so did my ass. I hope Midoriya likes it. Itsuka squeaks and goes red. Damn it, but I do have to say maybe he does look. She then slaps her hands to her face. Get ready, Itsuka. Don't keep thinking about dirty thoughts even though if he did ask you, you would F his brains out. She then blushed again and shook her head. The bar's room. The bar closed the door and could help but smiled to herself. Midoriya's pout was adorable. She thought more about it as she undressed. Ibara can't help but sigh. I hope I am ready by the end to tell Set and Itsuka that the more I see him, the more I want him. Ibara grinned kinkily. Oh, Midoriya, you don't know how bad I was to wrap you up with my vine and make you into my good boy. Ibara didn't mind sharing. She just needed time to get it to go her way with him. Satsuna's room. Satsuna closes the door, throws her suitcase on the bed, and strips down naked. Damn, I hate being naked to put this on, but I don't care. This shit is tough, so I won't worry about it dripping. She then thinks of the boy next door to her. Just wait, Midoriya. Soon, you will be mine. But then she sighs. Itsuka and Ibara's too. I hope Ibara gets the ball after this. With everyone downstairs. It took about 15 minutes for everyone to get down to the main room. Rumi was last until she wasn't paying attention when she bumped into Izuku. Oh what the hell, she stopped mid-sentence when she looked at him better. Damn, you're a big fucker, huh? Izuku blushed and looked away. Rumi looked at him with a raised eyebrow. This is the guy who saved Koda. Then she spoke. Boy, the green head, is it true that you saved my godson from Muscular? Izuku blushed at the name and answered. Yes, it is. Rumi leaned on her tiptoes and got a better look at him. Making him blush and the girls narrowed their eyes. Rumi still looks up at him and then she moves past him. Okay, brats, listen up. Follow me to the training area and let's see what you got. The girls nod and follow her down while Yu looks at Izuku. Right down to his ass. Damn, he's hot. She bites her lip then follows him. When they make it down there, Rumi then speaks. Okay, who out of all of you can fight without your quirk? Itsuka and Izuku raise their hands. Rumi smirks. Okay, let us see what you got, you first, Ginger. Itsuka narrows her eyes while Rumi gets into a fighting stance. Izuku watches. Itsuka then goes for a bicycle kick which Rumi blocks with her arm. Not back red. She goes for a roundhouse which Itsuka blocks. Neither are you. The girls smirk at each other. They go back and forth for about 10 minutes. Until Rumi gets a good punch in and Itsuka falls to her knees. Okay, Red, that's all I need from you. Itsuka scowls. It's Itsuka Kendo is not Red. Rumi smirks. Impress me, Red, then I'll call you by your name. Okay, Green, you're next. Izuku nods and gets into a fighting stance. Rumi is impressed. She needs help finding an easy way to get past his guard. Then she goes for a kick, but Izuku catches it. Izuku sweeps her leg, making her stumble. Rumi goes for a punch, and Izuku blocks it. Rumi looks up at him and sees him smirk down at her, which pisses her off. Oh who are you smirking at? The other 4 girls blush at that smirk. Izuku then backflips away and gets into his stance. With his finger, he says come on. Rumi is mad now. Cocky bastard. Rumi clutched at him, not realizing she used her quirk and kicked Izuku in the side, sending him through the wall. Everyone is shocked and Rumi freezes. Oh, shit. I didn't realize I used my quirk. You okay, Green? Izuku walked through the wall unharmed. Yeah, I'm good. I realized you were going to use your quirk, so I prepared for whack. That made Izuku jump and the girls. Everyone looked at you, who smacked Rumi over the head. Damn it, Rumi, you went too far. Rumi holds her head. Ow, what the F you? Rumi has her head. You narrows her eyes. Oh, don't what the F you me Rumi. You sent a student through a reinforced wall. Izuku cleared his throat. Both you and Rumi look at him. It's okay, Mount Lady. I'm okay. Then Ibara saw blood go down his face. Oh my goodness, Midoriya, you are not okay. You have blood going down your face. Izuku looks and sighs. No, really, I'm fine. You sighed and took Izuku by the hand. Rumi, take them on patrol while I care for Deku. Rumi nods and heads out with the girls even though they don't want to. Before she left, she said. Sorry, kid. Then they left. With Izuku and you. As the door shut, you took Izuku to her room and sat him on her bed. Okay, Midoriya, wait here. I'll grab the first aid kit. Izuku nodded. While Izuku was waiting for her, you had to get in the minced. Okay, he's in there. Ask if he wants to be with you, Namuri said that he is open to the relationship. She grabbed the first aid kit and returned. Izuku was sitting on her bed, holding a towel to his bleeding head. Oh, hi Mount Lady. You looked at him and started to patch him up. Izuku starts to blush when she is so close. You looks down at him and smirks. Hey, Midoriya, what are you looking at? Izuku starts to stutter. You laughs. Easy, kid, I'm just playing, and Namuri told me about you. Izuku blushes. What? You finishes wrapping his head. You know about overworking yourself. Izuku sighs. Just before he finished that sentence, you kissed him. Izuku was shocked and Nana was wolf whistling. When their lips break apart, you smirks. Wow, you kiss well. Namuri wasn't wrong, so kid, I want to see why Namuri is dating you, and no, for the softy crap. She smirks. When the girls return, Izuku and you are talking at the table. Rumi smells the air, looks at the two, grabs Yu's hand, and enters the next room. While that happens, Itsuka, Ibara and Satsuna sit at the table. Satsuna raised an eyebrow. The hell was that about? Izuku blushes. I don't know. Itsuka maybe she was to tell her something. Hey, Midoriya, how's your head? Izuku sighs and answers. Fine, so how was the patrol? Ibara answers. Well, nothing happened. It was quite a nice day for a walk, though. We helped some people with little things other than that, nothing. Itsuka groaned. It was boring. She put her head on the table. Satsuna groaned too. You damn it, but we still have a week, so there's that. They nodded. Ibara looked at Izuku's neck. Midoriya, you have a mark on your neck. How did that get there? Izuku froze while Itsuka and Satsuna raised their eyebrows. Izuku stuttered. I don't know what you mean, Shiozaki. The girls looked at him well, knowing what a hickey was, and they got jealous it was from them. Satsuna just brushed it off. Who cares anyway? Midoriya, how's Eri? Itsuka and Ibara nodded. Yes, how is she? It's been 3 months since we saw her. Itsuka said. I hope she's better. That bastard did horrible things to her. The 3 girls nodded and Izuku blushed and raised their eyebrows. Then he spoke. Well, she is doing a lot better, but… He looked away. Ibara looked at him. But what, Midoriya? Izuku sighs. She calls me Papa and you 3 are her mamas. When he said that, all 3 girls started to blush. Itsuka was stuttering. Mama Ibara couldn't speak and Satsuna stared at him. Wait, what are you serious? While the UA students were freaking out, Rumi took you into her room and shut the door. You raised an eyebrow at Rumi. What is it? Rumi took a deep breath and looked at her. You fucked the kid, didn't you? Yu's eyes went wide. How did why Rumi cut her off? I can smell you, Dumbus what the F you. Why the hell did you F him? Yu started to blush and then said. Well Namuri gave me the okay and Rumi cut her off. You, are you stupid? He's a kid. You could go to jail. You calmed down and looked at Rumi. Did you forget that Namuri is with him? Rumi froze. Wait, what? Yu sighs. Rumi, she called us yesterday and gave us the okay to have sex with him, and well, I am in it, just Namuri and me now, but from what she says, all the girls in his class like him, plus the 3 downstairs in Mandalay, so what do you think to want to join? Ernie looked at her like she had another head. What the F? I ain't a kid. You winced at the sound of her voice, thanking God that the rooms were soundproof. Rumi looked at her. Why are you blushing? Don't tell me you fell for him. You blushed and nodded. Rumi groaned. What the F? How the hell can you fall for him just once? You shot back. Rumi blushes. Wait, what? You smirked. Oh, does what I say interest you? Rumi blushes. Shut up, no. You smirked again. Rumi, we have known each other since we were kids. I know when you are lying. Rumi stuttered. You smirks more. He's your type, too, Rumi then sighs. You're right, but what if he thinks I'm weird because of how I look? Rumi's ears go down, and Yu goes over to hug her. Tell you what, Rumi, I'll take the girls after lunch, and you take him. You'll see for yourself. Rumi looks up at her. Really? Yu nods, and then Rumi looks at her. What about the 3 downstairs? We know he likes them. Yu thinks and then smirks. Oh, I got this, so let us go downstairs, okay. Rumi nods. They see the 4 teens blushing up a storm when they go downstairs. Rumi and Yu look at each other and raise an eyebrow. Rumi says. Oi brats, what the hell got you so flustered? The girls and Izuku squeak. Then Izuku answers. Well Mirko, they asked how Eri was. She was the little girl we saved from overhaul, and she got closer to the girls and me and called me Papa. Rumi and Yu's eyes widened. Rumi looked at the 3 girls, and they nodded. Well, damn, didn't expect that. Rumi started to think of him as a father, and she shook her head. Bad Rumi, damn it, bad girl, you need to F him first, wait for what, no. While Rumi had an internal dilemma, Yu had stars in her eyes. Oh so cute, I saw the girl at the hospital. She was a cutie. Yu then hugged Izuku, shocking the girls. Rumi snapped out of it and the 3 girl glared at Yu. Izuku blushed as his head went into her and the 3 girls clenched their fists. Ibara was debating wrapping her up in her vines. Itsuka wanted to punch with her fist and Setsuna gritted her teeth. Rini noticed and winced. Damn, those girls have it bad. Yu let go and began to talk. I'm sorry, Midoriya, that was just so cute. I bet you would make a great dad. Izuku shudders and the girl pictures it. Itsuka pictured a girl with his hair and her eyes. Ibara did the same and so did Setsuna. Rumi, for her part, has twins, 1 girl and 1 boy. The girl had her hair and eyes, while the boy had his hair and her eyes with a bunny quirk. Yu is a boy with his hair and Yu's eyes. After that, Yu clapped her hands. Okay, guys, get some food for us. After lunch, you 3 girls will come with me and Deku and Mirko will go together. The 3 girls pouted and Rumi blushed a little, but they nodded. After they ate, Izuku and Rumi went on patrol. Izuku was in his new hero suit. It's just his suit from the class battle, but since he is taller, it is skin tight, showing off his muscles. They are walking, and Rumi is just looking at him. Oi brat, how tall are you? Last I checked, you were 5 feet 5. What the hell happened? Izuku answered. Well, I'm 6 feet 4. It happened when I started to get to use my quirk better. So I guess I grew. Rumi pouted, damn it, I must look like a kid next to you. Izuku chuckles. No, Mirko, you are just, as he was about to say, they saw an explosion. They saw a hulking guy destroying the stores and making people run away. Rumi looked at Izuku. Okay, Deku, get those people to safety. I got him. Izuku nodded and helped them. The hulking man said, this is fun. Now run, you little wimps run. The guy looked about 7 feet 5 and had huge muscles. His body was like a bodybuilder's. Yes, run from Breaker like the little worms you are. Mirko kicked him across the face. The man smirked. Well, look at what we have here. It's the little bunny hero. You think that hurt, bitch? He swung his arm, but Rumi dodged it. Boy asshole, who are you calling bitch? Raising the moon. Rumi brought her leg down in an axe kick, hitting the villain in the head. Rumi smirked, but then he grabbed her foot and threw her. You gotta do better than that, bitch. He grabbed her, slammed her to the ground, and was on top of her. I gotta say, for a little bunny. You do have big oopai, haha. He licked his lips. Rumi's eyes widened and she tried to escape, but he grabbed her ears. Bunny, looks like you're stuck, so how about we have some F just them? Rumi closed her eyes, then she heard. Smash. The villain got punched away, going into a building. Izuku went towards Rumi. Hey, are you okay, Mirko? He held out his hand and Rumi looked up at him and blushed. Yeah, I'm a good, nice hit. He helped her up and she held her shoulder, but the villain charged at them before Izuku could ask if she was okay. Izuku pushed her away and got hit and sent into a building. Deku. The villain smirked. Not bad, punk, that hurt a little. Rumi roundhouse kicked him. You bastard. As she kicked him, he slid back. Not a bad bitch. Then Deku jumped back. Breaker smirked. Oh, you can take a hit. Wait, isn't that the beat Shigaraki wants? Yeah, it is you. If I kill you, then they will let me in. Mirko jumped in the middle of them. Oi, you want him? You got to go through me. Mirko gets into a fighting stance. Breaker smirks. He goes into his pocket and grabs a needle. Both Deku and Mirko's eyes go wide. Breaker has triggered. He stabbed it in his neck and bulked up even more. Oh goddamn, that feels good, okay bitch. I'll take you out first. He rushes her with speed, but before he hits her, Deku kicks him away. Mirko was about to yell when she saw his eyes. Mirko, go help the people. I'll hold him off. There are still people stuck and he wants me. Mirko was about to say something when Break charged him. Deku set him back. Go, Mirko, keep people back. Mirko was shocked when they clashed. She wanted to help, but that bastard hurt her shoulder. How the hell did he know that? She thought to herself. Just as that was happening, you and the other girl came running. Rumi. What the hell is going? Just then the Izuku got hit by a building and landed in front of them. You and the girls were shocked. Deku. They all said, but Izuku got up and spat out blood. Hey, guys, help Mirko. She's hurt. I'll take on the villain. I am the only one strong enough. He's on the trigger. Just then, the villain comes out. Oh, more bitches for me to play with. Izuku narrowed his eyes. You want them, and you gotta go through me. Guys, help the people and block civilians from getting too close. You went over to Rumi. Hey, are you okay? Rumi nodded. Yeah, we should do what he says. The girls were about to disagree, but they felt a boom. They looked and saw Izuku and Breaker clash. Itsuka was about to jump in when Rumi grabbed her hand. Let me go. Rumi shook her head. Look, I know it's hard to watch this, but that guy is too strong. Even without a trigger, he brushed off my attacks with ease. You have to trust Deku to do this. They nodded, and you looked worried about her new boyfriend, but they did what they were told. Itsuka helps pop Rumi into place. Ibara made a barrier. Setsuna and you helped the police push back the civilians. While that was happening, Izuku used 25% of One for All. He kicked Breaker away. Breaker slid across the ground and smirked. You do not back down, kid, but once I'm done with you, I'll rape your little friend while the world watches. Izuku clenched his fists. Like hell, that's going to happen. Nana tried to calm him down. Izu, you need to calm down first, be smart. Izuku nodded, but he noticed Breaker was losing bulk. Breaker did too. Shit, my time is up. I have to kill him now. As that happened, Breaker charged, punching Izuku in the ribs and breaking a few. Izuku coughed up blood and slid back. Breaker smirked. You can take a hit. I'll give you that, kid. Breaker came full force doing a combo after hitting Izuku into the build. Izuku got a few hits in, but Breaker smacked him away. He then threw the glass window and landed in front of the girls. His suit was ripped from the shirt up. Time's up, brat. Now let's finish this. Izuku got up and heard the girls behind him yell out his name. Izuku looked back at them and smiled. Don't worry because I am here. He will not get past me. The girls saw the look in his eyes as he turned back. Breaker, for his part, took out another trigger vial and stabbed his neck. The girl's eyes widened and Itsuka and Setsuna were about to jump in when Izuku yelled. Stay back. How can I be called a hero if I can't stop him? Itsuka yelled. Midoriya. They'll kill you. Let us help, please. She had tears in her eyes. Ibara then says. Please. Setsuna yells. Dude, you'll die. Yu screams. Please let us help. Izuku smiled at them. Even if I die, I will never give up. One for full cowling 100%. Nana tried to stop him. No. Izu. They charged at each other, but for some reason, Izuku was faster and he hit Breaker across the face and yelled, St. Louis smash. The Izuku axe kicked Breaker so hard that he was knocked out. The wind pressure knocked everyone back. When the dust settled, Izuku was standing there with his arm raised. The girls ran toward him. Namuri and everyone saw the fight on the news and sighed in relief. Izuku was breathing heavily and hurt, but he looked down only to see that he had just suffered a broken rib or two and didn't break any bones. He turned around and saw the girl win. Bonk. Izuku held his head and saw the girls glare at him. Itsuka was the first. You dumbus. Why did you go at it alone, damn it. She hugged him along with everyone else. Ibara wiped a tear away. Please promise me you won't do that again. Setsuna had tears in her eyes. That scared me. You dipshit. You looked at him. Damn it, kid, don't do that, and even if I die, crap, don't say that. Before they all hugged him, Rumi stared at him with wide eyes. After the girl let him go, Rumi went up to him. Hey Mew, slap. Izuku held his cheek. Then he saw Rumi have tears in her eyes. Oi jackass, never do that again. Izuku looked down. I'm sorry, but I can't promise that. Rumi looked at him with a vein in her head. Why the F not? Izuku answered. It's our job as heroes to sacrifice. Then all the girls yelled, "Shut up, you dumbass." Izuku looked at them and they started to bonk him. Okay, I'm sorry. Please stop bonking me. After Izuku went to recover, so did the girls. They got patched up and went back to the hero's agency. The recovery girl said that Izuku and Rumi needed a day's rest and the next day you took the girls out and it was just Izuku and Rumi. You looked at them. Okay, guys, we are going on patrol, so get some rest. They both nodded. The girls still couldn't get the sight of him shirtless out of their minds. Izuku and Rumi were sitting on the couch when Izuku spoke. Rumi looked at him. What? Izuku continued. How are you feeling? Rumi sighed. Look, kid, don't worry about me. You got the worst of it, so relax. She whispered. I'm sorry. Izuku raised an eyebrow in confusion. Why are you sorry? Rumi then looked at Izuku with tears. I am weak and need help from you. I'm the 5th ranked hero in Japan and need help as a kid. She started to cry. That bastard was about to rape, but then you stopped him. I'm so worthless, she heard Izuku yell. That's bullshit. Rumi looked at him. What? Izuku stood up and walked over to her. Mirko, you are strong, fearless, beautiful, and a hero. Don't ever let me hear you talk bad about yourself. You are my favorite female hero, and don't forget it. Rumi looked at him with wide eyes. Did you just call me beautiful? Izuku blushed, but shook it away. Yes, so please don't talk bad about yourself. She kisses him. Thanks for watching my video. Leave a like if you enjoyed my video and also do consider subscribing to my channel for more awesome content. See you next time, till then sayonara.